back. Hope everybody had a great Merry Christmas and wish you also a Happy New Year, as this will be our last show of 2025. It is the Height Differential. That's the 6'6" Neil. I'm the 4'10" Nick. Happy to be back. We've got college football to talk about, the NFL. College basketball has gone crazy. And we'll recap with some of the best stories of 2025. But I guess first off, how was Christmas?
Yeah, let's talk about Christmas. A little recap of Christmas. Christmas was good, man. We got back from sunny South Florida after a bowl win and rolled right into Christmas Eve, and had 4 straight days of stuff to do with the fam. But all in all, it was great. The kids loved it. They got, I think, everything on Santa's wish list. Myself, I got a Home Depot gift card, a shoe rack, and a hat rack. So that's what you get when you're 38. It's 38-year-old Christmas present. So what about you?
Well, I got an electronic air pump, so you can pump the tires. And I got a heating pad. So yeah, you're getting old. When you get old, this is what you get. But no, it was great. Spent Christmas Eve with the fam to celebrate Christmas and to celebrate my birthday. And then Christmas Day went downtown to the cathedral for mass, and then just hung out with the parents all day and watched Christmas Story, followed by the Christmas Vacation, followed by Elf. And then I had never seen it, but we finished the day watching the new Grinch.
Okay.
I didn't watch it as intently, but
What's
it seemed like a really nice Grinch. Like he wasn't as mean as
I don't know if I know
the OG or the original.
Yeah, I don't know if I know the new Grinch. I've seen the Jim Carrey one and like the OG, but what's this new Grinch you speak of? How old is this movie?
I think it's 2019.
Really?
Benedict Cumberbatch is the voice of the Grinch. Pharrell does a lot of the music and is the narrator.
You gotta check that. I have not
It's
heard of that.
As my mom and my sister would say, it's beautifully done. A lot of colors. It dives more into the life of Cindy Lou Who.
Okay.
She's more of a leader instead of just being like somebody who's kind of there. But I didn't watch it super intently, but at 4 movies in, you kind of
you got it.
It's hard. But we got some naps in throughout the movies and had some good food. But it was a good, relaxing Christmas.
Nice. All right.
But needed better sports on Christmas. The NFL.
Yeah, the NFL games, when they, it's hard to do. When you release the schedule, you anticipate those games, being good games. Nobody could have foreseen the Chiefs, being kind of as bad as they were, and Patrick Mahomes tearing his ACL and Gardner Minshew's on tearing his ACL. So that turned out not to be a very, very good game. But even the other ones, who else played on a Christmas Day there?
The Lions were terrible.
Yeah, the Lions were absolutely terrible. That's right.
I'll be honest. I did not turn on a Netflix game because I wasn't interested. We were watching movies. I did turn on eventually to watch the end of the Chiefs game to see them lose to the Broncos. Yeah. Honestly, I kind of enjoyed the fact that I could watch Christmas movies instead of because I remember last year the Bengals are staying, the Ravens or the Steelers were playing on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So you're locked in and you want to watch the whole game. It was actually kind of nice to be able to kind of celebrate and watch Christmas movies.
Yeah. And the Cowboys Commanders game wasn't bad, but neither of those teams were playing for anything. Nobody really cared. And I never was really a big fan of NBA on Christmas Day. I never really paid much attention to it because it's just another regular season game out of the 81 games that they already play, or 82 games that they already play. So to me, not that exciting. I'm with you. Christmas movies were on all day.
Okay. I didn't watch any NBA. Now, back in the day when it was Jordan and the Bulls, I would have watched it. But it's a little different now. If the Bulls would have played, I probably would have watched it because that's really the only NBA I watch until it gets later in the year. Unless it's late in the game, I'll probably turn on and watch the end of it if it's close. But nope, not a lot of sports on Christmas. Spin it. Watching Christmas movies, the classics, all of them on our top 8 list except for the new Grinch. We didn't have any Grinches on our list, which is, I guess, could be seen as controversial. But we watched and then we watched Home Alone the night before. And I guess, are we going to try to do that? Are we prepared for it to break down who got it worse, Harry or Marv in Home
Oh,
Alone
yeah.
1?
Yeah, we gotta get into that. Yeah.
So we can close with that in the best of 2025. I think we got to start with the college football playoff. Starts on New Year's Eve with Miami, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Do the Hurricanes have a chance to pull off the upset? Or do you want to start off ranking our upsets? You want to go through every game? How you want to do it?
Yeah, well, we'll go through every game, but I think ranking the possibility of upsets is a good way to go about it, and if we're talking about this one, the first game of the playoff in Miami of Ohio State, I put that as the least likely upset of all 4 games. I just don't think that Miami really has much of a chance. Ohio State's favored by 9.5. Um, just watching Miami in Texas A&M, Miami defense is pretty good, but their offense is, I don't know if they're going to score a point against this Ohio State defense. So I just don't think the Hurricanes have it in them. Michael Irvin's going to be a little disappointed. Come midnight, rolling into 2026 with a loss. But no, I don't see the Hurricanes having much of a shot at this one.
Okay, and I guess this is a good way to start it. You've got the Hurricanes as the least likely to pull off an upset in the first round.
Yeah,
I've got a different game that I think is least likely for an upset. I'm going with Ole Miss over Georgia. I mean, we've already seen this game before. Ole Miss led
it was a good
30.
game. It was a
It
competitive
was a
game.
good game. It was a good game. Ole Miss led 35-26 going in the fourth quarter. Neither team punted until I think the 12, 13-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Um, I don't see this happening again. I think Georgia's improved you know, since the team they were at the beginning of the season where they were coming from behind to win every game. They've only given up 29 points combined in their last 4. Ole Miss, I know they got the win with Pete Golding as their head coach in the opening round against Tulane. They gave up 410 yards to Tulane. I know they didn't get in the end zone, but Tulane was able to move the football. I just think this is going to be a totally different game than the one we saw earlier in the season. So I've got Ole Miss beating Georgia is my least likely, and then I'd probably go Miami over Ohio State as my third least likely upset. I will say this: Miami's defense is really good.
They are very good. Yes, they are good.
I mean, Ohio State, without question, has the best defense in college football, both scoring defense wise and total defense. But Miami ranks 10th in yards per game and 4th in points per game. They've only allowed 13 points a game. We saw what they did against Texas A&M, really limiting them and really just kind of turning an ugly game. I think the weather played a little bit of a factor. Um, when Ohio State has faced good defenses, like we just saw
You saw them
against
against Indiana.
Indiana,
Yeah,
they didn't put up a ton of points. They didn't put up a ton of points against Texas. I still think Ohio State wins this game,
yeah.
but I look at what is the under? I am definitely taking the under in that game. Um, because I just think it's going to be both these defenses are really good.
No, I mean you're not wrong. It most likely will be a low scoring affair, like you said. When Ohio State's faced a good defense, like we just saw at Indiana, they didn't really do much, and they don't give up a lot of points. I mean, just looking back through their scores, there's SMU put up 26 on them, Louisville put up 24. Other than that, that's really that. Those are the 2 highest scoring offenses that they've allowed points to. So I mean, it'll be a low scoring game, but I think Ohio State just is the better team. Um,
I do too, and
with
that's
the
why I'm
better
taking them.
coach, better team, better coach. I think that they find a way to do it. They've been here
It's
before.
and it's 40.5. I think that's a lot of points for this matchup.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're looking at like a 20, 21-20-ish type of game, but yeah, I think it goes under that. Probably like a 14-10, 17-10, something like that, maybe.
yeah, I do think, Miami, I think will try to run the ball more than it did against Texas A&M. I think they kind of found that rhythm in the second half. So look for them to really try to establish Mark Fletcher. Look for Ohio State to try to establish the ground game too, which will get the clock rolling, play into that, get that under, making it even more possible. But I've got Ohio State winning. I think it's going to be a low scoring affair. But that is my third least likely upset. What's your third least likely?
Yeah, and we've just flip flopped my 3-4 and your 3-4. I would say that Ole Miss beating Georgia is the third least likely thing to occur. basically for the same reasons that you said that they were the least overall least likely. Those same reasons I put them at 3.
Okay, so you're second least likely.
Second least likely, I'm gonna go with Alabama over Indiana. I actually do think that uh, the 7-point spread, I think, is too high. I'm concerned about this game, to be honest with you. I'm concerned about this. It's Alabama. They've been on this stage before. They've won. They've proven this year they can win big games. They've beaten several ranked teams. They've won at Georgia this year. They just went into a good Oklahoma, um, into to on the road and beat them in round one. So Alabama, they're coming off, playing a game in the last 2 weeks. Indiana's been off for a month. I don't know if that hurts or helps, but Alabama's ready. I'm a little nervous about this one.
Well, you brought up a good point, I think, with, being off. And last year we saw all the teams that got byes lose.
Lost,
And
yeah,
look, we changed the rules, and I think that's going to play a role. We're not going to see that again.
right,
But how much of a factor did that play into the fact that all the teams that didn't get a chance to play lost?
yeah,
And I think that could be to Alabama's advantage. And I think you have to go this one at number 2. I really thought about trying to move this one to number 1 because I just think Indiana's that much better than Alabama.
yeah. I mean, you trust in Kurt Signetti. He always has the Hoosiers ready to play. So I use defense. I think we'll probably shut down Indiana's offense. I don't know if Alabama's going to be able to move the ball and put up points on a defense like
They
this.
I don't think they but how much will losing Stephen Daly a fact? The fact you're losing your leading
Yeah,
tackle for loss, your leading sacks guy. I mean, I know Indiana's really good, but they as deep as some of these other contenders that are always, in the mix? Like, do they he was already there had replaced Kellen Wyatt, who went out earlier in the year that was supposed to start at that spot, and Daly comes in. Will that be an issue? And that's
yeah.
maybe another reason why I've got it at number 2. But
I'm expecting a good game.
here's I think they cover. I think they cover. I mean, if you made me pick one or the other.
Okay.
I just I know Alabama was down 17-0 against an Oklahoma team, which I don't know how good they've been in the second half of the season. Indiana has proven it all year long that against inferior teams, they are just gonna put it on you. And as wild as it is to say, I think Alabama is an inferior team. So, give me Alabama in the points, and there was a big part of me that wanted to put this as my least likely upset, but the more and more I look at this game, and I'm gonna lean Texas Tech, and I think people are kinda not giving Texas Tech probably the respect that they deserve, the fact that they are 2.5-point dogs. I mean, Texas Tech comes in this game, we've talked about Ohio State's defense, right? We've talked about Miami's defense. We've talked about Indiana's defense. Texas Tech's defense ranks 3rd in total defense and scoring defense in the country. Now, did they face some of the great offenses in the Big 12? Maybe not. But I mean, they put a lot of money in that front seven. They've been good all year. In Oregon's games where they faced great defenses, they scored 13 points on offense. I'm not counting the pick six against IU, and they scored 16 points against Iowa. And this is another game where the over under is 51. Give me the under because I think these are two great teams. I think it could come down to who's better at the end, Dante Moore or Baron Morton. In that case, I would probably lean Dante Moore because I think he's a better quarterback. But Morton's also a fifth-year guy that's been at Texas Tech for all 5 years that wants to win for that school. I think this is going to be a really fun game. My bet would be the under. I'll take Texas Tech, but I mean, this really is kind of a coin flip.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Oregon's favored. When you look at the Big Ten and the Big 12, Oregon's probably faced more better competition than what Texas Tech has faced. Like you said, you're giving all the credit to Texas Tech's defense that they're ranked third, and as you should. But their offense can also put up points. I mean, you're just looking at their last couple of games. They put up 34 on BYU, 49 on West Virginia, 48 on Central Florida. 43 on Kansas State, 42 on Oklahoma. They're scoring in the high 30s and 40s game in and game out, and they're just absolutely blowing out teams. They had that one loss at Arizona State midway through the year, but other than that, they haven't had a close game. I mean, it's just been blowout city nonstop. So, yeah, their defense is ranked third, and they're not giving up a lot of points or a lot of yards, but their offense can light up the scoreboard a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm I think Barry Morton's been really good, and in an era where we don't see a lot of quarterbacks that hang around for 5 years, with the same program, I mean, he's thrown hadn't thrown for a ton of yards, 2,600 yards, but 22 touchdowns and 4 picks. Eh, I mean, he's not gonna be drafted as high as Dante Moore, but that doesn't always matter in these games, right? Um, so I don't know. Are you leaning Texas Tech to win?
Yes, that's what. Yes, Texas Tech to win outright. That's why I have that as since they are underdogs is my number one choice for upset.
So we all went chalk here,
Yeah,
and
which with the way that they changed the playoff, I mean that's not uncommon. I think a lot of people would probably have chalk here.
yeah, I mean, so just skip the 12-game playoff. Let's just roll straight to this.
I don't know. Yeah, it'll be a fun weekend, or not even a weekend, midweek here with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So looking forward to it. We'll be out watching the IU game in that Rose Bowl and cheering on the Hoosiers, and hopefully they can keep this thing rolling.
Do you like the setup being New Year's Eve and New Year's Day?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you're keeping the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl's always a New Year's Day game, so you're keeping the tradition of the Rose Bowl being there, and nobody's working on New Year's Day, so loaded up with some great college football games, 3 straight. It's a full day. Why not? I mean, I think it's absolutely perfect.
And I look, uh, you're not gonna be too hammered to watch the game on New Year's Eve night at 7:30 when it starts. Now, the end might get a little fuzzy if it's close. Um, but no, I love this setup. The triple header on New Year's Day with these 3 big games. Now, the other bowl games that are happening that day kinda get lost, but
Are
that's
there
where we
other
are now with this new setup.
are there other actual bowl games happening that day?
I would assume there are. I mean,
I
it
don't
used to be
know.
the biggest. Do you not think there's any?
I think they probably pushed it to the second would be my
I mean,
guess.
I obviously probably should have looked this up ahead of time, but
I can pull it up real quick here. I don't think that there are other bowl games that day, and if
which
there
would be
are,
just absolutely wild considering that January 1st is the day for bowl games.
a lot of games New Year's Eve
No,
during the
I
day.
think you're right.
A lot of games
You're
New Year's Eve during the day, and just
yeah,
3. Yep, those are the
yeah.
only and then we get back at it with 4 games on January 2nd. So, yeah, they clear the way. They clear the way for the college football playoff, as they should, 'cause, like,
I mean, back in the day, what, 10, 15 games?
well, let me ask you, if you're Cheez-Its and you're sponsoring a
No,
bowl
there's
game,
no way you're gonna get
you'd be like,
yes.
"I'm not playing on New Year's Day against these 3 games." Like,
No,
if I'm a sponsor of a bowl game, I'm refusing my bowl game to be on a college football going up against college football playoff.
it makes total sense. It makes total sense. I guess the last question before we move on, you already talked about Michael Irvin saying he's gonna whip the Ohio State jersey with this belt. We don't really do we need to go into that?
No, he's just a crazy person. I love Michael Irvin, but
I mean, he took
he's
that
crazy.
12-man jersey and was just going to town on it. And then he's like calling Maurice Claret saying he wants him to come to the game, so wear his jersey so when they lose, he can take it off of him and beat it on the garbage can.
He's he's an insane human, but I like Michael Irvin. I like his passion for the game.
And he got to do that at College Station as Miami beat
Yeah.
Texas A&M on the road. Should these top 4 playoff teams, are they getting a disservice for the fact that they don't get to host a home playoff game?
Yeah. No, I think they absolutely are. They've earned it. They've earned at least some sort of advantage.
Well, their
Um,
advantage is the bye.
that is the advantage. I actually might think it could be technically maybe a disadvantage, but
It's not. You get a free pass.
you do get a free pass. But no, that is the advantage. But no, if you're doing the first round at home sites, I think these teams, the best of the best, deserve a chance to play in front of their home fans. Like, could you imagine IU and Alabama and Bloomington, Indiana, and how much
Well
fun that would be and the
well,
atmosphere that would bring?
and a lot of people are talking about how they think Alabama's gonna win. I don't if it's in Bloomington, I don't think as many people are saying that.
No, exactly. So you're not getting the home field advantage, but then again, if you do that, then then there's no Rose Bowl, there's no Sugar Bowl, there's no Cotton Bowl, there's no,
Well,
these
is there another way to fix that?
what's that?
Is you just move those back to 4 non-playoff games, give them to somebody else,
Well, you gonna watch
and then
you gonna
and
watch
then
you gonna watch Iowa versus, uh,
I'm not s
like, Iowa versus Washington in the Rose Bowl?
well, would you rather that be the case and there not be home games like there is now? I just I just think if you go into this round with them all 4 being home games, the atmospheres are gonna be crazy, and they're not I mean, it's gonna be 50-50 at most of these venues close to it. The atmosphere will be fine, but if you got Alabama at IU, I mean,
No,
just think about that environment,
yeah, and then
and
go back to
Texas
the
Tech would get such an advantage over Oregon,
yeah,
and
Ohio
I
State, Miami, and
yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
So, basically, you're taking 4 bowl games, you're moving them out of the playoff, you're giving them to whatever you said, like Iowa or Washington or whatever. Nobody's watching these things anyways, which is this is why Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl are gonna be like, "No, don't do it," because not as many people
Much
not as many eyes are gonna be on it. So, it's probably not gonna happen.
It's money, my guy. They're not
Money,
having
it
there's too
is
much
money,
money, too much money.
but it would be really cool if these games were hosted at home
Unless you
venues.
just rename
And then
unless
you
you
and then you keep the semis and the championship the
would you
same.
just still put the sponsorship and all of that and call it the Cotton Bowl, but just the Cotton Bowl's being played in Columbus, Ohio this year?
No,
You
you
can't
can't.
call it the
Like,
Goodyear Cotton Bowl
we're
and it
gonna we're gonna put we're gonna put the Rose Bowl in Bloomington. No, you can't do that.
well, the Rose Bowl to me, the Rose Bowl is like the top of the top. One of the top bowl. Like that should be always be because you're gonna go back to neutral sites in the semis. So just have the Rose Bowl be a semifinal, permanent semifinal matchup.
That's fine. Like, what
Then
the
the
I mean,
Cotton
there used
Bowl
to be a big 4. There used to be a big 4. It was the orange, the sugar, the fiesta, and the rose.
correct. So put the
So,
Cotton Bowl in Columbus, put the Peach Bowl in Bloomington or whatever, and then,
I mean, you could potentially do that. Like,
I mean, you still
and
can
then
keep 3 out of the 4. You can keep 3 out of the 4 as they are in neutral sites because you have 3 neutral site games if for the semis and the finals. You just one of
or
them.
you just the peach and the cotton go back to what they were. They're out of the playoff. You run your 4 quarters at home venues. The sugar, the cotton or the sugar, the fiesta, the orange, and the rose alternate every year who gets the playoff,
Yeah,
and then you roll to the national championship.
fine with me. No, I'm all for it. I'm all for
I just
these
don't
teams hosting, but
but
it's
you're right,
it's
it's
not gonna
not gonna
happen.
happen because of money.
But if you go to a 16 team, which I think is probably coming down the pike at some point, nobody gets a bye, and then IU would be hosting a first round playoff game, but in a year like this, it'd be like James Madison that they'd be hosting instead of Alabama. But there will be a time where these top 4 teams will probably end up hosting a game because there will be no more buys in a 16-team playoff.
Yeah, everything is always gonna expand, so, uh, you don't need to expand it. You don't need to.
I think it's coming though, don't you?
I think it's coming, but, well, we always gotta change stuff, like,
Well, when you have ADs crying on television, and
well, tell your teams to be better.
I don't disagree.
Don't lose games.
Don't disagree.
Anything else on the playoff?
Nope, just looking forward to it. We'll talk about it again next week.
Michigan's got a new coach.
They do. They got a good one too.
Yeah, he retired a couple weeks ago,
Yep.
which, uh, still is just kinda odd to me, but it's he's at pl was at we looked it up, 34 years at Utah, 21 years as a head coach,
Yeah.
has had a ton of success there, really has just kinda built that program. But he retired before this Michigan job opens up, and I guess he really wasn't sure if I think he was content with being done coaching.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really he just kinda just stepped down and there was no controversy around it. It wasn't like that he was in trouble for anything or, there wasn't any health issues that we knew of going on or anything like that. He was just kinda burnt out. It's what it seemed like, and he was just ready to move on, and I guess when a job like Michigan comes calling, you pick up that phone.
Yeah, he's what, 5 years old, I think? Close to that? So, he's not gonna be there for 20
Yes.
years, I wouldn't think. Went to back-to-back Rose Bowls at Utah in 21 and 22. lost them both. Career record there is 177 and 88. So has had a ton of success. And
He's won 2 Pac-12 titles. He's won a Mountain West title. He's 10-2 this year. They were ranked 15th. I mean, you get a quality coach like that this late in the coaching carousel season because like everybody else was already claimed their guys, and you're kind of looking around of like who's left, and you got a guy that's coaching the number 15 ranked team in the country
that doesn't have a job.
that doesn't have a job. So yeah, I don't think you're
You
paying a
aren't,
buyout. To me, I don't
no,
think you're
I
paying
mean,
a
he
buyout.
retired. You don't get, no.
That's what I'm saying. Kind of just fell in their lap almost, and it's a great pickup.
But when he took the Michigan job, he said he wasn't sure if he was finished coaching or not. He knew he had a lot of left in the tank. Could count on one hand the number of jobs he'd be receptive to. Michigan, obviously, I would say is one of those schools,
Hmm.
and now he's there. I look, Michigan, you're in a tough spot. You lose your coach, like you said, after most of the coaching carousel was over. You got this guy who's had success for over 20 years, and now he's doing it in a big Power Four conference. I mean, is there a little bit of concern that the fact that he was content to retire, maybe a little bit, but as an athletic director, when you're doing the interviews, I mean, I think that's 100% something you talk about. Dude, you just basically retired a couple weeks ago. Are you sure you want to jump back into this?
And I
Obviously, got an answer that was, made it worth it, giving him the
satisfactory.
job.
Yeah. I mean, as you mentioned, he's 66 years old. He did just step away. So to me, I don't know if this is a long-term solution for Michigan. Is this just the stopgap to get you through, maybe the next 4 or 5 years? Hopefully, he wins some games, maybe try to get you to a couple Big Ten championships or compete for a national championship. And then, once you get to the height of the pinnacle again, you move on. So there was just there to me, there was a lot of options out there. He was available. I think it could be like a short term, couple year solution. Like I said, he's 66 years old, so it's definitely probably not a long term solution. Then you see what the next big thing is here in a couple years.
Yeah, that would be my only concern, the fact that he had already retired, but, I mean, he's got the credentials. You've got a guy in there who is gonna be excited to come in and see what he can do. I think you're getting 10 years, I would say at the most.
I don't even know if he's gonna go tie. Like I said, I think
That's
it's
that's
more of like a 5 4 or 5 year
that's
solution,
why I
and
said
then
that's why I said at the most.
let them know. Yeah,
Um, but, I mean, I've talked to some Michigan people, and, they're really excited about this hire.
I don't see why they wouldn't be. Yeah. What's our boy T
Mm,
Bone think?
he was excited. He was excited, and, I mean, were they ever sold on Sharon Moore? I don't know. Yeah, but, I mean, the fact that you lose your coach after almost everybody's hired coaches and you're able to get a guy at that quality, I think is a win, regardless of the fact whether you don't know if he wants to retire or not.
No, it's an A plus hire, in my mind. Absolutely.
We were in Cincy on Sunday.
Yep.
It was 60 degrees warmer than it was 2 weeks prior.
So you did not have to scrape ice and snow off your seat this week.
No ice on the seats. We did get to sing the Bengals fight song
We did
several times,
several.
5 times to be exact, as the Bengals kinda look like the team that a lot of Bengals fans hope that they'd look like all year, putting it on an inferior team 37-14 as they just, I mean,
I mean, it
waxed
was
the Arizona Cardinals.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't close. It was as a Bengals fan, one of the more fun games that we've been to. We come off the most miserable game of our lives and get to enjoy 65-degree sunny weather in late December and watch our team go up 30 on the Cardinals. And are the Cardinals an inferior opponent? Absolutely, but you do what you're supposed to do to inferior opponents, and that's just absolutely kick their butts. And the Bengals did it in every phase of the game. I mean, offensively, they threw the ball well. Joe Burrow had 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. The running game was going. Chase Brown over 100 yards, out in the end zone twice. I mean, we're out there. It was going so well that we started throwing out routes to our 325-pound offensive lineman and watching him chug down the field for 21 yards. So it was fun. The defense played well. I mean, overall it was fun. We saw Shamar Stewart get his first NFL career sack on Sunday. So things were going well in all phases of the game. So it was a lot of fun. Just wish that it meant something, but You know,
I mean, it means momentum for the next season,
stop it.
which you get
Nope.
tired of hearing that
Stop it.
crap, don't you?
Stop it.
But we were walking in the stadium, and we knew that Jamar Chase hadn't scored since October.
Yeah.
You knew that Joe was gonna try to get him the ball and get him in the end zone.
Yep.
So hit me a little first tutty, Jamar,
Good for you.
which was a good first.
That was a great move.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow, I think, had one incompletion on passes where he wasn't in under pressure. So, and he had a clean pocket pretty much the whole game. The offensive line has been as good as it's been.
It's been really good. I mean,
Uh,
Uncle Steve sent us that graphic, this morning on the O-line grades from, like, the past 6 weeks, and all of them are ranked up in the top 15, most of them in the top 15, top 20, in the NFL in their positions. So it's been really, really, really good. They're second overall, I think, in the last 6 games, on their pass protection numbers. It's I would not touch I would bring all those guys back, offensive line. I wouldn't really touch the offense at all, to be honest with
no,
you.
you don't. I mean, you gotta re-sign Dalton Reisner, but I think there's mutual interest, and I think that'll get done. But yeah, overall, the defense continues to look better. I mean, I know Arizona isn't the best offense in the NFL, but they've scored some points this year. And other than that one play to Michael Wilson where the Bengals forgot how to tackle and look like what they've looked like all year,
That's Geno
just
Stone.
brutal. I
Yeah,
mean, you see the still pictures with 5 defenders around him. And that doesn't count the sideline, which would be a 6th defender,
yeah,
and he somehow finds a way to score.
yeah.
Uh, I mean, Dax Hill was good yesterday. DJ Turner continues to be good. The linebackers played better. Still not great, but they played better.
No,
Just
we got a good pass rush. I mean, how would you end up with 3, 4 sacks, I think, defensively?
yeah, but I think that's good, but I think a lot of that has to do with the coverage too.
Yeah,
Uh, so look, I just don't want to get into this. Hey, positive momentum, everything stays the same,
that's what's happened the
and
last several years, and that's nope.
that's the route they're on right now. And I think it's week 17. They're 6-10, and I mean, I have lost all confidence in the fact that there's going to be any changes to the coaching staff or to the front office. So now my full commitment is just make moves in the offseason. Like go sign a veteran at the first level, the second level, and the third level. Use Trey's money to go sign people because Duke's going to be there. Al Golden's going to be there, and Zach's going to be there.
I uh, that's I can't take that.
But you got to do like they did at the beginning of the Zach Taylor era, where you're signing Larry Ogunjobis, you're signing DJ Readers, you're signing Owuzies, you're signing
Yeah,
who else am I leaving out?
Von Bell.
Von Bell.
Yeah,
You know, you're signing
Mike
Mike Hilton.
Hilton. Yeah,
These are the signings that this is the offseason where it has to happen.
but who's
And
gonna put the pressure on the front office to do that? That's where I think the
I
players need to get involved.
well, I mean, there should be pressure. You've not gone to the postseason 3 years in a row. Do you need
There
more
wasn't
pressure
pressure
than that?
last year. Yeah, there wasn't last year
Well,
and the year
they thought they
before.
could fix it with the new our new defensive coordinator.
Like, you made it to the Super Bowl, then you go to the AFC title game, and then all of a sudden, you can't even make the playoffs for 3 straight years, and people are okay with that? Like, what are we doing? You're wasting Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Chase Brown. You're wasting one of the greatest offenses, if not it probably is the greatest offense in Bengals history.
Well, and now
You're
you've
wasting
accompanied
it.
that with an offensive line that is not one of the worst in the NFL. It's
But you can't score 40 points and lose like they have this year. They scored 40 points and lost this year. They scored 38 points and lost.
I mean, we've talked about their record when
Right, you
in
can't
everybody else's. Like,
if I'm Joe Burrow, I'm going to the front office and I'm basically forcing their hand.
well, do you not think he's doing that?
I don't know.
I mean, he did it last year with Jamar,
He got his
with
offensive
Becky,
weapons. He
with
got his
Trey.
offensive
No, he got Trey back,
he got Trey
but
back
this
before
year you're
he
not bringing Trey back.
No, but I would franchise him and
Yeah,
trade him.
I mean, I would love that, but I don't trust I don't trust them to do it effectively. Like, just take his $35 million and split that into the 3 players, 1 at each level.
Yeah.
and continue to hope that Miles Murphy continues to get better. You know, that
Shamar
Shamar
Stewart's.
Stewart continues to get better. I mean, TJ Slayton's back again next year.
Osai's a free agent, I
He was
think.
huh?
Osai a free agent.
Osai is yeah, so Osai is a free agent, but, I mean, you could potentially bring him back, but if you don't if you're not gonna do anything with the staff or the front office, you've got to improve the personnel on defense,
Well,
and if
Geno
they don't do
Stone
that, they
if
don't
Geno
care.
if Geno Stone is on this roster in 2026, I'm not going to a game.
He will not be on the
I will
roster.
not go to a single game if Geno Stone is on the roster.
I promise you,
If
he will
Dax
not be
Hill
on
is on
the
my
roster.
roster, I will not go to a single game.
If what?
If Dax Hill's a starter on this defense,
Well
I might not go to a single
well,
game.
Daxo's been really
Oh,
good
not
once they
Dax Hill,
move him to
sorry.
the outside.
Cam Taylor Britt. Cam Taylor Britt is on my roster, sorry, if he's on
Well,
my roster.
here's the thing, Cam might be on the roster,
He better not
but
start.
it won't be as a starter, and it'll be because they've got him pretty cheap because nobody else has offered him a contract. So, that shouldn't be the reason that you're not a fan next year, but you do not want him to be one of your starting corners.
Ugh, no.
We already got into the Christmas Day games, they were all just pretty bad, so we don't need to get into that. Texans, how many in a row they've won now? They're 11 and 5.
I think
They've
they've won 8 in a
won
row?
8 in a row.
Yeah. Jacksonville on a W7. I mean, they keep winning, but so does Jacksonville. They can't actually ever catch up.
Yeah, the Colts go 0 and 3 with Philip Rivers, and now they just announced that he will not start in week 18. But I guess the story of this week was the Steelers had a chance to clinch the AFC North. All they had to do was beat the Browns, who had 3 wins on the year, and they couldn't do it.
I It's unbelievable. I mean, that's you would think as a Steelers fan, I mean, I know DK Metcalf was suspended, but it's the Cleveland Browns. Like, I don't understand what the issue is with the Steelers and the Browns, but they just the Browns seem to be the Steelers' kryptonite.
Yeah, they've lost what, 4 in a row in, in Cleveland?
That's just crazy.
But yeah, you've got
I mean, I showed you the Mike Tomlin stat, right?
what is it?
Well, the Steelers are winless in their last 5 games, so they're 0-4-1 in their last 5 games when they play a team that is 8 games or more below 500. 0-4-1 in their last 5 against teams that are 8 games or more below 500.
And look, there's been talk about Mike Tomlin being on the hot seat in Pittsburgh, and then 2 weeks ago, it looks like they're in a perfect position to clinch the AFC North, and then they go and do that, and
I mean, I don't know if he should be on the hot seat because the man just continues to win and have winning seasons every single year, including this one. But if you somehow lose at home next week to one of your most hated rivals, if not the most hated rival, Baltimore Ravens, to lose the division and lose out on the playoffs in a year that the AFC North has been absolutely pretty bad. I mean, it's been pretty bad. Lamar's been hurt. The Ravens aren't the normal Ravens. The Bengals aren't the normal Bengals. The Browns are still the Browns, and you choke that away. I mean, I don't think he should be on the hot seat because like I said, he wins, but that's going to be tough to stomach in the offseason.
well, the Ravens are favored, and the momentum's on their side,
They might be with or without Lamar, and they
and
played well without Lamar.
they did. I mean, here's the thing with the Ravens, what a concept.
Hand the ball to Derrick Henry.
What a concept. Like, for real. Like, what a
Where's
concept.
it been? Where's it all been?
Um, but yeah, I mean, if the Ravens figure out a way to win this division, and I mean, like I said, they're favored next week, it'll be with the fact that Lamar has missed as many games as he had, and when he's played, he hasn't looked even close to what Lamar
No.
we're accustomed to seeing.
And they were what 1-5 to start the year.
Yeah. I mean, it, and there's been a lot of talk about will Harbaugh or will Lamar not be back next year? And I mean,
Yeah,
if they figure out a way to win the division this year, I know the division's down, and that plays a factor. But I mean, you got to give them some credit for that.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens lose on Sunday if Harbaugh is not there going into next year. But if they, like you said, if they find a way to win it, win the division, then all of a sudden they're hosting a playoff game, and anything can happen when you're home field advantage in the NFL playoffs. So they probably may or may not be favored in that, depending on who they're playing. But
I don't think the AFC North team's gonna be favored regardless
who they play, the
of who they
five
play in
seed,
the playoffs. Yeah.
it could be Buffalo, or could yeah,
But, I mean, the NFL got what they wanted,
yeah,
and that game's immediately Sunday night.
yeah.
And then you got the Bucks and the Panthers
Which the
on
Bucks are
Saturday
now.
afternoon for the division. I
Nope,
if the
the
Panthers
Bucks
win,
the
they
Bucks are out.
do what?
The Bucks are eliminated after the win last night by Atlanta. So the Bucks cannot win the division.
Is that okay, I was reading earlier today that if the Bucks won, they won the division, but if they
They
or
needed the
the
Falcons
Panthers
to
have to
lose.
win to clinch it. Is it over?
It is they might well, no. Well, let's see, 7 and 9. It's not. The
Yeah.
Falcons
The Falcons can't win it.
if the Falcons win on Sunday, I think the Bucks are out.
Yes. So the Panthers win, they're in. If the Bucks win, they need the Falcons to
So,
lose.
yes, correct. So
Yeah.
they don't technically control their own destiny because they
They
do
have to
need
win to have a chance.
correct, and then they need other help instead of it just being a straight up yeah, instead of it being
Yeah, and that's because the Falcons are now 7-9 overall and 4-1 on primetime games as they went up 21-0 and held on to beat the well, didn't held on, but got a late field goal to beat the Rams, who now have lost 2 in a row.
yeah,
The 49ers Bears game on Sunday night was probably the game of the week. We were looking like the Bears have been down at the 2-minute warning in almost every game, and they always figure out a way to win. It looked like it was gonna happen again. Brock Purdy and the Niners, man, they look legit.
they're good. Put up 42 points. Yeah, no, they are good. They're what are they in third now in the division or second in the division?
They can still win the division.
Yep, they're 12-4. Yeah, they need a win and a Seattle loss.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
that's
could be the
incredible.
1 seed.
That's incredible.
Yeah, the Niners could be the 1 seed if everything
I
plays
mean,
out right next week.
yeah, they've got the second fewest losses, yeah, in the league. Yeah, no, that would be incredible. I mean, that's a great job out there, by San Francisco. I mean, it's a team that we haven't really talked about. All these West Coast, I mean, it's been Seahawks and Rams, Seahawks and Rams, Seahawks and Rams, and we've kinda slept on, the 49ers. I mean, we haven't really ranked them high in our weekly top 10s, but this week, I think that they'll be up there.
Well, do you wanna start that right now?
We can. Yeah. Who's
I
got the
mean,
first pick?
I think I've got the first pick, and I mean, I think you gotta go to the other team in the NFC West, the Seahawks.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I mean, I've had them in my top either my top pick or second pick for, like, the last several weeks, so, I mean, they're the only team in the league with there's no, there's one other team there, 2 other teams, so they're tied for the NFL lead with only 3 losses, but they're playing in probably the toughest division in the NFL, and I would put them at 1 as well. Number 2, this is hard.
Yeah, I
This is
mean,
hard. I mean, I would have maybe said Buffalo until they lose to the Eagles at home, and then, you're sitting there looking at the Broncos at 13-3, and we've never really been a big believer in the Broncos, but, they just lost at home to Jacksonville 2 weeks ago. Golly. And then we just talked about the 49ers. I guess I'll go New England Patriots at number 2 at 13-3. Leaders in the actually, they're the division winners, since Buffalo lost. So, division winning New England Patriots, I'll put them at number 2.
yeah, and I mean, Drake May's now the leading candidate to win the MVP, which is
Crazy.
just crazy. Dude, I'm going we haven't talked about them much, but I'm going Niners at 3rd. I mean, they've overcome the injuries they've had and are playing the best football they've played all season. Brock Purdy looks incredible. Give me the Niners.
Next at 4, I'll go the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've won 7 in a row. Like I said, Houston Texans have won 8 in a row, but can't gain any ground on them. 7 in a row. They had that big win in a pretty dominating fashion in Denver just last weekend. So I would take Jacksonville Jaguars at 12-4 at the number 3 spot. or 4 spot.
You get a bunch of 11-5 teams here that I would like to pick, but I mean, I can't ignore the Broncos at 13-3 at 6. I think it would be irresponsible to go somewhere else with that pick.
I don't I mean, I know they're 13-3, but we briefly talked about them and who's playing the best football right now
I
in
don't
the
know.
NFL, and it's a W at 8 in Houston.
Is
I
that what you
mean,
got here?
yeah, I'm going Houston now at number what are we on, number 6?
6.
I mean, they're 11-5, like I said, W8, so they started out 3-5, will make the playoffs, and that's a team that you don't wanna face in the playoffs because they are hot
Do you trust CJ Stroud?
enough. I trust them enough that I think they can win.
Uh, Give me the Eagles,
Yeah, that's a good
defending
pick.
Super Bowl champions. It was between them and the Rams, and the Rams have lost 2 in a row, and the Eagles are defending champs, so I'm going them.
It's hard to trust the Chicago Bears. I know they're 11-5. Yeah, I'll probably go the Rams next. I mean, I know they're on an L2. Let's let's go with the Rams. They almost came back and won that last night in Atlanta, but it's hard to ignore them. 11-5 in the toughest division in football. We'll go Rams.
And, I mean, I'm clinging, but I can't not put Josh Allen and the Bills on this list. So give me them at 9.
Uh, we got the Chargers. I mean, I guess you got to go with another division winner at number 10 with the Chicago Bears. I mean, they showed enough fight in that game against the 49ers where I actually think that they're better. I still can't believe that they're good, but they're better than I give them credit.
Just they just keep winning games, and you thought it was gonna happen again on Sunday night, and it finally doesn't.
I mean, they keep surprising me week after week, so maybe it's time we start trusting them a little bit, and I'll put them in the
I
top
mean,
10.
you just look at these Super Bowl odds, and it just shows you this season is just so different than maybe any season we've ever seen. The Seattle Seahawks are the number 1 choice at plus 550. The Rams are plus 600, the Broncos 800, the Niners are 900. I mean, it's just so wide open.
It's wide open. I mean, yeah, you don't have that dominant Chiefs team or the dominant Patriots team or even the Eagles we thought might be more dominant than they were this year, and they're really not. I mean, if I had to pick who I honestly think wins the Super Bowl, I'm probably going with the Buffalo Bills still, even though they lost at home. When I date with I'm Sean Mc I don't know why he went for 2. Just you had all the momentum in that game against the
It was
Eagles.
wide open.
It
Make
doesn't
the
matter.
they
You kick the field goal, you kick the extra point, you go to overtime, you've got all the momentum, you just came back from 2 scores down at home. I think they, no question, win that game in overtime if they would have just trusted it.
Yeah, I mean, at plus 1 they're plus 1,000, and you're getting Josh Allen, who of this group, I think there's no question he's the best quarterback of the group. I mean, maybe Matt Stafford, but, I mean, the Niners at plus 900, maybe? I mean, you're getting them at a lot better price than the Seahawks and the Rams. I mean, 3 out of the top 4 are all in the same division, and the Seahawks are 13-3 in that division, which is I mean, the Chargers are plus 2,000, the Bears are plus 1,700. I mean, Justin Herbert could go on a run.
Trusting that. I
I
don't
just
trust that.
I just nobody's great,
Uh-uh.
and it goes back to just the Bengals, man, just not ruining your season. I feel like you'd have a chance, even with the defense they have right now.
Yeah.
I would think they have a chance.
I mean, we did just see him put up 0 points against Baltimore, but
Yeah, we
I mean,
did.
that's another team that if they sneak in is interesting is the Baltimore Ravens.
Plus 2,200.
That's crazy. Like, 'cause they'd be hosting a first round playoff game if they get in. You've got Derrick Henry, who's still one of the best running backs in the league, a decent defense, and a 2-time MVP as your quarterback.
I don't think they're very good, so
I don't either, but I wouldn't sleep on them. I mean, they had the Patriots on the ropes. They absolutely blew that game against the Patriots. And then they go into Green Bay and dominate the Packers.
yeah, I mean, they've looked good the last 2 weeks, but
And they kicked our butts, and you think that we can beat anybody. So
I mean, we've had the Bills on the ropes.
I know.
We had the Patriot got a chance to beat the Patriots
I know.
with Joe Flacco.
I know.
Like, it's just the difference between 10-6 and 6-10
Yeah,
is so minuscule,
yeah,
and it's frustrating,
yeah.
especially when you've got one of the best quarterbacks and one of the best offenses in the league. You just need your defense to be mediocre to not like mediocre to not good. You just can't be the worst. Be the 24th ranked defense.
I would love to be the 24th ranked defense.
Oh,
It is what it is, but no, it'll be a lot of fun this weekend with a couple division races still to be determined. So I'll be tuned in on that Steelers Ravens game for sure.
and then I guess transition to college hoops and all the talk, and I think as it probably should be, is about Baylor signing James Nnaji, who was drafted by the Detroit Pistons in the 2023 draft with the 31st pick. He was then traded to Boston, then traded to the Knicks in the trade that involved Carl Anthony Towns, Dante DiVincenzo, and Julius Randle in 2024. Was included in a trade with All-Stars, and now he's signing with Baylor.
Ineligible immediately.
Eligible immediately on top of it. Can play in the spring semester. Explain it.
I can't. I mean, I honestly I can't. And a lot of people want to blame Baylor or Scott Drew or like Louisville and Pat Kelsey took a kid from the G League. And there's a couple other kids from the G League that are following that same route, but it's not their fault. I mean, they're playing within the rules. It's just that there are right now doesn't seem to be any rules. Like it
Doesn't
doesn't seem
seem
to be any rules. There's no, and I think that's what most of these college coaches, Tom Izzo, and you've heard John Calipari's comments, recently. I think they're more looking at the NCAA for leadership and guidance, and there's just nothing there right now. So the NCAA doesn't want to get sued a million times, and the easiest way for them to not get sued a million times is to just say you're eligible. It's just gotten out of hand. I mean, I don't see how you can be involved in official league business in the top professional league in the world. Like you've been traded in, and then go back to college.
And look, and if he's an American-born player, he couldn't do this. He couldn't do this. And it's just looking at it on the surface, it makes zero sense.
Yeah,
Zero.
something that would never have been couldn't even imagine it
But
3 years ago.
but to their defense, if they're gonna let you get this guy
You go get
and he
him.
wants to come play and you got the money to pay him,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, what
he's
did Scott
never.
Drew said?
I mean, he
I
never.
didn't know they told us he could play, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, he
I
never,
mean,
never played a college game, and it's not like there's a lot of teams currently that have professional basketball players on their college rosters from leagues in Germany, leagues in Turkey, leagues in Australia, like all these overseas leagues that these players have played professionally in Greece and etc. that have been eligible and have been playing for a year or two now. So it's the same type of deal. It's just the NBA is just looked at as the high. I mean, as it should be. It's the top of the top. It's the
yeah,
greatest
it is.
professional league in the world. But there's really no difference between professionals from overseas playing and a professional in the American Professional League playing. It's the same logic.
Yeah, I mean, everything changed obviously in 2021. And we knew, I mean, that it was gonna kinda be the wild, wild west when the whole NIL thing went into effect. I mean, the whole point was for people to be able to get paid for doing sponsorships and to sign autographs, and they should be able to get paid for that.
Right.
But now it's blank checks, it's collectives, and there's nobody that is regulating anything.
Hell, there's no collective bargaining agreement. None of that. It's chaos.
Do
These
they
kids. I
need it?
mean, good
Like,
for this kid for Baylor. He's probably not getting paid that much. What to get traded from the Bulls to the Clippers or the Wolves or whatever. He's going to go make more playing college basketball than he is as a professional. And that's the way most of these kids are that are doing this.
yeah, I mean, does college basketball, college football, do they all need individual commissioners? Does there just need to be one commissioner that is like There needs to be some sort
Are
of
his rights
guidelines.
owned? So, like, this kid from Baylor, are his rights owned by an NBA team? Like, who was he with? The
He's
Wolves?
already been through the draft.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying is, like, so if he's
I would say the
good,
Knicks have his rights.
so the Knicks? Okay, so
I don't know for a fact.
if he's good, does he just re-enter the draft? And if you're the Knicks and you're like, "Hold on now," like, you don't just get him.
This
Uh,
whole
how
thing
does
is
it work?
just
How does it work if you've
I
been
don't
in the
know. I
league?
don't That's what doesn't make any sense.
Well, then the NBA has to come out and say something then too. It's like if this kid does come back, like he has to go back to the team that he left, would be my guess.
Well, and then you're telling me before we get on, I didn't even know about this. Trenton Flowers, who's played a game for the Bulls this year, played 6 games for the Clippers last year, is looking to get back into college hoops.
Yeah. No, he's averaging 2 points a game in his 2 games played this year for the Bulls. He just played on December 7th in an actual NBA game. 8 games total in his career. I But he's never played in college. Like, all these kids that are coming have never played college basketball, and if you're a kid like Flowers or a guy like the guy that we're just talking about that went to Baylor,
Nnaji.
this is a chance for you to reset.
Well, I mean,
Try to get your prospects back up, and then hopefully, the second go around, you actually make it.
like, is a degree even a thought in
No,
any of this?
no, not at all.
Not even in It's not even in the thought process.
No, and that's what Calipari's point was, if you have a kid that transfers 4 different times, is that kid gonna get a degree? It's impossible. It's impossible for you to transfer 4
100%.
different times and have everything transfer over and all your credits match up and this and that, and for you to get a degree. And his point was spot on. It's all about following the money. The college degree does not matter. Nobody's thinking about that. And
He made a lot of good points.
yeah,
He did. I mean, let's be fair, like, he used to be way ahead of the game back in the day, and now it's a level playing field, and then you get a little perturbed a little bit, right? But it is unfair to a lot of like, somebody was in this spot on Baylor that was gonna get playing time, and now you're getting stepped over in the middle of the season.
no, yeah, I mean, that's what it's really hurting is it's hurting a lot of high school kids that aren't gonna get opportunities to play college basketball that they would have gotten
W
in the past. Or if they get
well,
opportunities, it's gonna be at a lesser school.
yeah, and then the Cal talks about how he's the only idiot that's recruiting high school kids. Because that's what he wants to do because he loves helping out their families and changing their lives, and how most schools, their chances to go into the NBA is less than 1%, but if you play for me, it's better, and that's why I'm still recruiting college or high school kids. I mean, you can recruit 27, 28-year-olds that have already been in the league. Would you rather have that than an 18-year-old? Yes.
So when
Well,
LeBron
right.
James never played a minute of college basketball, so at 40, whatever age he is that he decides to hang it up, come on back to bring him to college. See
I mean,
what
according to this, he can do it.
you
He
imagine
can do
LeBron
it.
James playing college basketball?
I mean,
Insane.
he could do it. And if we had a little more to like Kyle went on for 7 minutes and had a bunch of ideas. I'd like to break them down a little more in detail because I do think he had like if you get 5 years to play 4 seasons,
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
I agree too.
And I love the idea of the fact that you go to the same school for 4 years, then you get a 5th year. Like, I love that because that's what I miss the most about college hoops is the
Yeah,
continuity and
yeah.
getting to see players grow from freshman to senior year with the same staff. Limiting transfers. I think that should be the case. Now, if your coach leaves, then that grants you maybe
Gotcha.
another one.
Yeah.
Um, but if you leave twice with the coach not leaving, then you have to sit out like you used to. There needs to be some sort
There needs to be
of rule.
guidance, rules, guidance. Yes.
Also, pick NIL or pick transfer portal. Maybe you don't get both. You sign with the team out of high school, 3-year commitment.
Oh, I mean, that's. I mean, I think you can write. I mean, you should be able to write those into NIL contracts.
But
Is
they're
it?
not doing it.
They're not. I know they're not, but they should. But a kid may not sign that because he doesn't want to be restricted like that. But if you're looking for, you know, a $4 million deal or a $3 million deal, you can sign it. We'll give it to you, but you need to be here for 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, we've
I
seen
don't know.
we've seen kids sign deals and not play at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just when there's no rules. When there's no rules, I don't know. It's just it's and this is gonna continue to happen. It's gonna continue to get more wild.
And you're gonna
And
and you're gonna start losing, those all-time great coaches like we have. I mean, I think that's
it's
probably
already
part of this,
happened, yeah.
like, yeah, like Roy Williams got out of the game, and Mike Krzyzewski got out of the game, and, um,
They got out when they were older, though. They probably were gonna get out earlier.
like Tony
Like,
Bennett got
Tony
out,
Bennett is and Jay Wright are big examples.
Bruce Pearl got
Yeah.
out. So next, I mean, your next ones that are gonna start leaving, I mean, like the Tom Izzo's, like, how much more is Tom Izzo gonna I mean, is he done after this year? Is he done after next year?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it. I think he kinda does things a little differently. I don't know, but it doesn't sound like he's fed up with some of these rules, but I've got no like, I haven't heard anything about him almost being done, but you didn't hear anything about Jay Wright or Tony Bennett either, did you, until it happened?
Or
So,
Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl just
yeah.
came out of nowhere. I mean, just,
Well, Bruce
like,
Pearl
to get
wanted to
his
make
son
sure
the
his son got a
job.
chance.
Yeah, to get his
Wanted to
son
make
the
sure his
job,
son got a chance.
but yeah, like, you're gonna drive off these legendary coaches, but there needs to be something. That's
I
some
will say this, the talent level in college basketball this year
it's very, very,
is really good,
very high, and they're all freshmen.
and
They're all freshmen.
a lot of good freshmen.
They're not
Maybe
32-year-olds that have played in the league. These are
no,
all 18-year-old kids that are coming in and dominating.
maybe one of the best freshman classes we've seen. So, I mean, the state of the level of college basketball is great,
Yeah,
and it is with college football too, but at some point, you gotta have some kind of just a little maybe not even laws, just guidelines, like something to go off of,
yeah.
and to me, it's pretty should be clear cut. If you signed an NBA contract, probably not eligible for college basketball.
Well,
I don't think that that's that tough.
what if you sign a contract in the top German league or the top Australian league or the top, Spanish league?
I I think the same should apply. I don't think that's very tough.
I agree with you.
I just if you sign a pro contract, you shouldn't be able to play what is amateur basketball, right? I mean, I don't know. While um, Tiger turned 50.
Can't believe he's already that old, huh? I
How
mean,
cool would it how cool would it be to see him play on Champions Tour, which he's now eligible for?
no, I think it would be great. I mean, you obviously get the ratings that the Champions Tour probably would love because can't tell you the last time I watched a Champions Tour event. But you get the
Have you
ratings.
ever?
No, not that. I mean, I've gone to a Champions Tour event. I've gone to 2 senior PGAs. Um, but no, never actually that to my knowledge watched one on TV, but I would if Tiger was playing.
Well, yeah, yes, everybody would. To go see him whoop up on Bernhard Longer.
I mean I mean, if you look at the list of guys that are probably playing on that tour, it's probably impressive. I mean, like, the Lee Westwoods have gotta be on that tour now, and, who else around, like,
Justin Leonard plays in a
Justin
lot
Leonard,
of
Stewart Cink's probably on there.
yep,
Yeah, like,
but
it's a
Bernhard
good
Longer
list.
is still really good too.
It's a good list of people, that were awesome when, in the last
Yeah.
10 to
I mean,
20
that's the
years.
point of it. You wanna have some name recognition.
Yeah, so, no, I mean, I think it would be fun. I would watch it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would watch it. I mean, people are watching Tiger into TGL,
Yeah.
so if he's gonna play I mean, I don't think he'd ever play a full schedule
No.
and try to win the Champions Tour championship, but
I think he would at least play in the majors. 'Cause I think he still probably wants to compete on the PGA Tour.
I mean, he's played 11 events in the last 5 years,
Yeah,
so he's gotta get healthy.
he does.
He's gotta I mean, he's not gonna play to embarrass himself.
No, he won't, and I don't think he would on the Champions Tour. I think he still thinks that in his mind, he's one of the ultimate competitors. He's gonna wanna play, the Jordan Spieth and the Justin Thomases and the JJ Spahns and the Rory McIlroys. Like, he's gonna wanna play against those guys and not Bernhard Longer. So, I think if he's healthy, he's gonna probably try to play in as many PGA Tour events as he can, but I can see him definitely playing a senior US Open or a senior British
Okay.
Open or something like that.
I mean, it would be cool. It would be cool, and, I mean, as golf fans, you wanna see Tiger play for as long as he possibly can, right? And, I mean, the Champions Tour gives him a chance to keep playing when he gets in the 60s, and maybe he can get healthy. because he hasn't been healthy for the last 5 years, and maybe in 5 years from now, he's 55 and he's finally feeling pretty good, and maybe he decides to play,
Yeah,
several
I
champions
think he
level
want
appearances.
to me, I think he would wanna get healthy and play as long as he can and at least try to have a chance to play with his son Charlie if Charlie's good enough to make the tour.
No, I agree with that, but he's not gonna be able to win.
Mm, don't tell him that.
No, don't tell him that, he is Tiger. But when he's getting closer to 55, 60, your chances of winning on
I
the regular tour diminish even more,
correct.
and, I mean, but seeing him and and Charlie playing together would be
Cool.
pretty cool.
That would be kind.
But I think you're right, the fact that there's no way Tiger's 50 years old.
Is we're old.
Just means we're old. Did you get a chance to watch any? I talked about the Christmas movies I watched. Did you get a chance to watch any?
Oh, yeah, and I did watch Just Friends, just for your knowledge,
But
and
you didn't watch Bad Santa?
and I did not watch Bad Santa.
That was your homework assignment.
Nope, didn't watch Bad I did watch Four Christmases, very, very good, very good,
Okay.
but
I watched Just Friends just for you
good.
because I do my homework.
Well, you said you didn't watch it all the way through.
No, I finished it last night.
Did you enjoy it?
I mean, I've seen it. It's a good movie. It's just not a Christmas movie.
How is it not a Christmas
It
movie?
doesn't even Christmas is over before the
Amy
movie's over.
Ferris, they had the greatest Christmas display in the town, and Amy Ferris just
She
drives the car and sets the whole
destroys
thing
it.
on
Yes.
fire.
But
It's
that's, like,
Christmas
not
decorations.
even the end of the movie. Like, if the movie still had
Christmas
30 minutes
decoration.
left.
They
Like,
are
the
Christmas.
movie doesn't end on Christmas. It just keeps going. Also, the man just is terrible. Like, the whole time he's back trying to pimp, and he's terrible, flies back home, cries, and then just flies back, and they're together.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that easy. No, but it's a funny movie.
It's a Christmas
It's just not
movie.
a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Um, what else? What else? Four Christmases, Just Friends.
Yeah,
Anything else?
I
You
had
had to
the
watch Vacation.
vacation multiple times during the holiday season. I had Christmas Story on repeat on TBS on Christmas Day the whole time. So watch that. We've watched Elf this season. I mean, yeah, we hit all the favorites.
Alright. Home Alone.
Yep. Which,
Who gets it?
to be fair, your digital short that was put out there made me look like I was saying Home Alone was not a Christmas movie, and I had never said that. Never said it wasn't. I said based on your logic, could be saying that it wasn't. But I had it. I drafted Home Alone in one of my ties, my third overall, but second choice of Christmas movies. So it is a Christmas movie to set the
I
record
see what I see what you're saying.
to set it straight. It is.
It's way more of a Christmas movie than Just Friends. But who gets it worse? Marv or Harry
I mean,
in Home Alone 1?
actually looked up the list, and I had an answer before I did this, and now it just kind of reconfirms that I'm probably right. I have a list of all of the bad things that happened to both of them, and I think Harry definitely has it worse.
Well, give me the list.
Yeah, so poor Harry gets shot in the groin by the BB gun before Marv. He slips and falls on the ice, gets his right hand burned when he tries to open the door handle. It has the M imprinted on it from the doorknob. He gets his head blown by a blowtorch when he opens the door. He gets smacked in the stomach by a crowbar by Marv when the tarantula is on his face.
Wild move by Marv.
Yeah, I don't. He falls after tripping on a wire and is knocked unconscious.
After all that did it, like, he had went through so much and he trips on the wire, and that's when he goes unconscious.
That's unconscious. And they both end up getting hit by the snow shovel by old man Marley at the end there. But I mean, that's hard to overcome. And I don't even know how he's still alive, to be honest with you. But
Well,
the blowtorch to the head just seems to be would kind of do the trick. But
I mean, poor Harry's feet or Marv's feet.
Marv,
Yeah, poor Marv's feet.
I mean,
Right.
the stepping on the nail is pretty bad, and Marv gets hit with the iron that falls down
Right in the face.
that falls down the laundry chute. Yeah,
I mean,
that
he gets the nail in the foot, and his feet are all tarred up. And then instead of keep him walking up the steps, he's already halfway up, hit a nail, falls backwards, goes back outside, climbs through the window, and then wears his feet on. Ornaments. Just crunching them one at a time. Like, his
Yeah,
poor feet.
yeah.
But I do think overall, Harry had to get it a little.
I mean, to me, there's nothing worse than getting your head lit on fire by a blowtorch. So I think Harry has the overall worst experience or worst punishment
With
out
the
of the
nail
two.
gets me more than anything.
It didn't go all the way in the foot. He kind of just he felt it, and then I think maybe he stopped. Okay, I think taking the iron to the face might be worse than the nail
Yeah,
in the
I mean,
foot.
they both got it bad. They both got it bad.
I mean, you got Harry's got third-degree burns on his face, third-degree burns on his hand, gets shot in the groin by a BB gun, and then Marv decides to go all Tanya Harding on him while trying to kill a tarantula and just drills him with a freaking crowbar. Like, it's just I think Harry has it worse, but they both
And still, them trying to climb the rope to the treehouse is just an awful decision. Like, what do you think's gonna happen?
I mean, they're not very smart. I mean, as you said there didn't you say there was a Family Guy,
Yes. Family Guy with competent robbers.
competent robbers?
Robbers walk in. "Hey, there's little cars on the ground. Don't step on them. You might slip." "Oh, yeah, there's ice on the steps, so I just walked around." "Hey, guys, I got a tarantula." Boom, shoots him in the face, and he falls down the steps.
That's what like, how these 2 decide that they're gonna rob a house with really no weapon of choice except for a crowbar. Not exactly the smartest dudes out there, and I would think that maybe after, like, the first 2 booby traps, you might pause and say, "Maybe this isn't the house that we wanna mess with." But nope, we're just gonna keep getting our heads blowtorched and tar or we have what do we have, glue and then feathers so he looks like a chicken?
Well, that's one of the best parts.
Why'd you
"Why
take the
why
shoe
are your shoes? Why the hell you dressed like a chicken?" That's probably the best part. Like, doesn't it even make sense? The feathers and the Saran wrap and the it doesn't hurt you at all. It's just like Kevin is just playing around at that point.
Well, none of the movie makes sense. The robbers are the most incompetent robbers of all time. And then you've got Kevin, who will go out to the store and buy groceries and a toothbrush and never once mention to anybody, "Hey, I'm home alone while my family's in France and these 2 guys are trying to rob my house." Doesn't mention it to anybody. Nobody.
Hey, and the best news is it happens again the next Christmas. So then next year we get to debate, well, who gets it worse in Home Alone 2?
Yeah. Like, it's just it's a great movie, but none of it makes any sense.
No, but it is a fantastic movie. And if they shot him in the head immediately and he fell down the steps, the movie would suck. And that's why.
It's true.
I mean, as a kid, it was the best. Like seeing those guys go through all that. So,
Yep.
but we're going Harry.
Yeah, I think Harry gets it worse, but it's close. It's
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think Mar's feet get it worse, but overall, I think Harry, all the fire and the burning, and
yeah.
is pretty tough. And then he gets crowbar in the stomach by his own partner, which maybe takes it over the top. Hard to believe that 2025 is almost over.
Yeah.
Do you got a biggest sports story or any story overall for the year?
I think I got 2 that come to mind that make my list. I think we witnessed, and I've said this back in October or November, early November, that I think we witnessed probably the greatest World Series, in my lifetime at least, with going to Game 7, going to extra innings, when it looked like the Blue Jays were gonna win, and then, the Dodgers come storming back in the ninth with a home run, and then Will Smith in the 10th in Game 7. So, the World Series to me, I think is probably the top storyline, but, one that we didn't mention earlier that we were talking about, I think how about the Ryder Cup and the Sunday comeback by the US that I know they fell
That fell
short,
short.
but the Ryder Cup was a lot of fun, watching it on that Sunday.
Yeah, and just to stick with golf, I think Rory finally getting you know, winning the Grand Slam, was pretty cool. Watching him almost choke it away and winning in the playoff and being able to finally get that green jacket really kinda stands out to me, but
Yeah.
I mean, Shohei just
Shohei.
continuing
Yeah.
to do what he's doing and just these numbers and winning MVPs and, I mean, doing things that we've never seen before, obviously stands out. So, I mean, Oklahoma City winning the title. I mean, who ever thought Oklahoma City Thunder would win an NBA championship and do it in the way they did it, where they dominated both the regular season and the postseason.
And they're dominating the
And
regular season again so far
yeah,
this year.
and
Yeah.
dude, I remember seeing SGA here at the Derby City Classic when nobody was really talking about him.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously Kentucky had a bunch of good players coming in on that class, but he was one of the few guys that they weren't really talking about too much. And end up, I mean, starting midway through the year, and I mean, just now he's a reigning MVP and one of the best players in the league. Well, and it's good to see small market teams, win titles. I just kind of hard to believe that 2025's already come to a close. We're on episode number 24, I think, which is
Okay.
just also kind of crazy.
Yeah.
25.
So
So
25 and 25. So we did 25 and 25.
we did 25 and 25. We'll try to do much more than 26 and 26. I
No,
think getting off
26.
to a start in January instead of a start in August will set us up for that.
No, and 26 will be loaded with some good sports. We still have the college football playoff to come here in early 2026, and then I believe the Olympics come up in February, so we'll have some Olympic stuff, and then World Cup. The U.S. is hosting World Cup in the summertime. A lot of big stories that could come here in 2026.
Did you accomplish anything in 25? Did you set your goals and did you get them accomplished in 25?
Of course not.
Nothing.
To be honest, I don't think I set any goals in 2025. Did you? Did you have goals?
Yeah, I did.
What were your goals?
I worked out half of the days of every month, at least half the days. I got to do it tomorrow to finish. But if I do it tomorrow,
What does a
I've worked
workout
out.
include? What is that, like walking to and from your kitchen?
I usually do like a mile, make sure I'm doing a mile and a half, and then I've got some exercises that I'm doing in between.
Where are you doing a mile and a half at? You got a
I do it
treadmill
at
at the
the crib,
house?
at the house.
You got a treadmill at the
Mhm.
house?
Nope.
So
If
we
you saw me at my house, you would think I'm a maniac because, yeah, I'm just
you're
walking.
walking around in circles in your living room.
Yep. I learned that I am not gonna motivate myself to go to the gym, so I'm just gonna invent a home workout, and it's been successful.
My god, we need to get you like some kind of used tread. We gotta get a treadmill donated to you or something.
I don't need it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't need it.
you
What?
walking around in
I got my
you
little
walking around in
calendar over here.
circles in your living room is just something a crazy person would do.
Well, it's not just in my living room, I walk throughout the entire house, so it's kind of it would remind you of Home Alone when Michael Jordan's on the train
But can you
tracks
walk
for the
fast enough
party.
in your house for you to get your heart rate up to the level of where it should be? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I like to do it barefoot too because that builds your foot muscles.
Okay. I feel like you should set some goals for golf for you for 2026. Maybe not finish dead last in the golf tournaments that you play in. What's the start?
That's definitely a goal.
That's a
That's
start.
definitely a goal.
Maybe what did we break 90 this year for you?
Yeah, couple
Okay.
times.
So do we need to break 85? Is that the next goal?
I would love I would love to break it, yeah, 85.
Okay.
I think we can get under 80
Okay.
eventually.
Okay. Maybe
I need
2027.
to I need to hit the ball a little farther,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to do that.
Well, do you have weights at the house? You can still lift some weights?
Right, I bought some bands. That's gonna be the next thing I'm incorporating in
Okay.
my workouts.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta get that upper body strength up.
Well, what about you? These are all my goals. What do you got?
I don't know. I have to think about that one.
And we gotta keep growing this thing too. I mean, by the end of 2026, I want more than
Get our followers up. More than 4
yeah.
listeners. Maybe get to 5.
Yes. So,
I mean, we did have what, over 10,000 on the TikTok last week?
oh, yeah, on the Bengals short where we vented about the cold weather and, like and
I think
that's the thing,
everybody
like,
saw
when
that one.
it's the genuine emotion, like, shows through on videos like that. We got 15,000 views, like, 400 likes, like,
A
100
lot of and everybody
comments.
agreed with us. Most people agreed with us.
I think it was more it might have been 400 comments, but,
Everybody
I mean,
agreed.
how would you not agree with this?
Oh, I agree.
How would you not agree with this? But hope everybody had a great Christmas, whatever you celebrate, had a great time hanging out with fam, and happy New Year to everybody. Here's to let's have a good 26. Let's make 26 better than 25.
That's a good goal.
Can we do that?
Yeah, I think so.
So, happy New Year, everybody. You've been listening to the Height Differential. Remember to hit that subscribe button on whatever you're listening to. You can watch it on YouTube. You can also watch it on Spotify. But follow us. Hey, and we got a website now. HeightDifferential.com. Check it out. It's got all of the highlights. You can listen to all the episodes. Look at all the shorts. Everything's there. I need to write our bios. I haven't done that yet. That's next on the to-do list.
Okay.
We appreciate everybody who takes the time out to listen. Happy New Year. Everybody have a great 26. For the 6'6" Neil, I'm the 4'10" Nick. You've been listening to the Height Differential. We'll talk to you next week.
Give it to me.
Happy New Year.